Something subtle, yet terrifying, is happening. Not with a roar, not with a trumpet, but in the quiet moments of ease. But hearts grow soft and eyes grow dim. The enemy does not strike with fire and sword. He comes wrapped in comfort, in peace that feels harmless, in pleasures that feel right. And in that silent embrace, the chosen are blinded, separated from the path that leads to life. Few notice, fewer resist. But today, the hidden separation is being revealed. The world whispers, "Rest. You are safe. No need to struggle." And in those whispers, faith falters. Souls meant for greatness begin to drift. Unaware they are being drawn into an invisible exile. How can comfort become a weapon? And how can the chosen, those called to stand in light, recognize the chains hidden beneath silken sheets? The answer lies not in noise, but in clarity, in understanding the quiet battles of the spirit, the unseen war waged in moments when we think we are free. The story begins not in chaos, but in a garden of abundance, a place of plenty where every need is met, where the sun warms without burning, where the waters flow without storm. Here, the first seeds of separation were sown, not with fire but with fruit. It was not hunger that drove the first soul away, but desire disguised as ease. And so it is with the chosen today. The enemy does not always attack with malice. He seduces with comfort. A gentle distraction here, a harmless indulgence there. A softening of resolve, a quiet dulling of vigilance. Each moment, a thread is pulled, unseen, weaving a web around the heart. Perhaps you have felt it. A longing for ease, a surrender to convenience, a silence in prayer that once roared like a river. And yet, in these small concessions, the soul drifts. The path of obedience, of struggle, of divine purpose, grows distant. And in that distance, separation occurs not from God, but from the fullness of the calling placed upon you. The enemy's craft is subtle. He dresses his snares in the garments of the familiar. Security becomes a shackle. Comfort becomes a veil. The blessings meant to strengthen faith are twisted into chains meant to blind. And the chosen, who should walk in fire and courage, walk instead in lukewarm shadows, believing they are safe while the peril is already upon them. Consider the story of Israel in the wilderness. For 40 years, God led them through trials, hunger, and uncertainty. And when they reached the edge of promise, it was not the enemy outside that destroyed them. It was the allure of ease, the temptation to doubt, the comfort of the familiar that led them to wander. Even those chosen to inherit the land of promise faltered when comfort whispered, "You are already enough. You can wait. You can rest." And in that waiting, the separation began. Reflection. Perhaps that is our own hidden battle. Comfort is a silent thief. It does not knock. It does not demand attention. But it creeps into your days, softening edges sharpened by discipline, dulling senses trained to perceive the divine. And it is in the quiet moments, the long pauses between prayer, the skipped acts of faith, the unchallenged doubts, that separation blooms. It is not dramatic, not violent, not obvious. It is invisible, a subtle corrosion of purpose. And yet it is deadly. For the chosen who do not see the danger in comfort, the enemy has already claimed his prize. The enemy's strategy is ingenious. First, he isolates the soul in a bubble of satisfaction. Then, he whispers lies. You are content, you are safe, you are complete. And when the chosen begins to believe these words, faith no longer burns brightly, it flickers. Obedience no longer demands courage, it hesitates. Vision no longer sees heaven, it settles for the earth. And in that quiet blindness, separation grows. The soul drifts from purpose, from the call of God, from the struggle that forges faith into fire. But there is hope, always, for the light has not dimmed, even if the chosen do not see it. For God's voice calls louder than comfort, more persistent than ease, more eternal than the fleeting pleasures of a world that seeks to blind. The first step to breaking free is recognition. The chosen must see comfort not only as blessing but as battlefield. Every indulgence that lulls, every moment of apathy that eases, is a test, not of God, but of obedience, not of God's love, but of our willingness to endure, to fight, to resist the lull that hides danger in velvet shadows. There is a story, almost forgotten, of a prophet who dwelt in luxury yet still heard the call. In a palace of ease, he saw the plagues coming. In comfort, he heard the cry of the oppressed. And in that recognition, he found courage. The enemy's deception is powerful, but not absolute. Awareness is the sword. Vigilance is the shield. Pattern interrupt. Imagine, for a moment, a world where every chosen one has succumbed to comfort. No resistance, no struggle, no prayers echoing through empty streets. A quiet darkness falls, not of fire, but of apathy. The enemy smiles, for the hearts meant to carry light now sleep in shadows. This is not fantasy. It is a warning. And yet, even here, the smallest act of faith, an honest prayer, a deliberate struggle, a conscious refusal to yield, becomes a spark that ignites resistance. Conflict deepens when the chosen begin to rationalize ease. I am too weary. I deserve rest. I cannot fight today. And the enemy watches, for each justification is a step further from purpose, a step deeper into separation. The mind, dulled by comfort, forgets urgency. The spirit, softened by ease, forgets vigilance. And the soul, once radiant, becomes a shadow of what it could have been. But God's mercy remains. Even in the lull of comfort, His whisper reaches the attentive heart. Even when the chosen stumble, the light of truth beckons. Even in separation, reconciliation is possible, but only to those who awaken before the curtain falls. Reflection. Consider your own life. Where has comfort blinded you? What chains have wrapped themselves quietly around your heart? Which moments of ease have pulled you away from divine calling? And yet, what small acts, unnoticed by the world, might rekindle the fire in your spirit today? Faith is not measured in moments of comfort, but in moments of choice. And each choice, no matter how small, can either tighten the veil or lift it. The climax arrives not with violence, but revelation. God's light pierces the veil, as it always does. The chosen who awaken see the separation for what it is, not as punishment, but as consequence, not as failure, but as opportunity. And in that awakening, the enemy's snares are exposed, powerless before the clarity of purpose and the courage of hearts aligned with the divine. He who walks in recognition of comfort's danger is armed with discernment. He who resists the lull of ease is shielded by vigilance. He who embraces struggle, who endures discipline, who chooses faith over fleeting pleasure, walks in the path of life, the path of the chosen. Pattern interrupt. Picture a landscape divided not by walls or armies, but by hearts awake and hearts asleep. One side bathed in radiant light, full of courage, prayer, and action. The other side quiet, soft, comfortable, yet blind. And the divide is not visible to those within it. Only those who see with spiritual eyes understand the breadth of this hidden separation. Resolution. The chosen are never abandoned. The path may be narrow. The battle may be quiet. But God's hand guides, His voice warns, His presence strengthens. The enemy may wrap comfort in silk, but he cannot hide truth. The soul that seeks courage finds it. The heart that resists indulgence is fortified. And the one who embraces vigilance, endurance, and faith walks not in blindness, and in light. Even in separation, reconciliation is possible. Even in temptation, victory awaits. Even in comfort, the call to awareness echoes. The chosen must only open their eyes, recognize the snare, and step forward in courage. Comfort is not enemy. Ease is not sin. But when pleasure blinds the soul, when rest lulls vigilance to sleep, when abundance masks the urgency of purpose, the hidden separation grows. And only the awakened heart can pierce it. Only the vigilant spirit can reclaim what is lost. Only the chosen, aware of the subtle snares, can stand in the light and walk the path of eternity. May your eyes see, your heart awaken. and your spirit resists the quiet deception. For the war is not always loud, but victory belongs to those who refuse to be blinded.